Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today you are joining me with a J. Kristoff readathon slash vlog meet and greet thing. I am reading all the books of J. Kristoff's that I have not yet read in anticipation for the author event at the end of this month down in Sydney at Dymocks. So I have already read most of these books here on this stack, but I do need to get to Obsidio and also Deviate as well. Now you may be thinking that reading only 2 books by the end of this month doesn't sound like much of a challenge, but alongside this vlog I also have another vlog running, and that vlog involves another author that I'm going to meet at the end of this month and her 2 books of hers that I haven't read for her. So usually in a month I don't set TBRs, but this month is very strictly J. Kristoff and this other author. You'll see that vlog up at some point as well. But yeah, that's the plan. I started this one last night. Also, I should probably just put a little timestamp down here that I am starting this J. Kristoff vlog on the 7th? Nope, the 8th. On the 8th of August. I also want to quickly point out that I know J. Kristoff has another trilogy entirely that I don't have, which I haven't read yet, and I have purchased the first book of that. I think it's the Lotus War trilogy. I purchased the first one of that last night, but it's coming from Book Depository, so I don't think it's going to get here on time before the event, so I'm not holding out hope for that, but it will be nice to have that because I'm fairly sure that's the first book that he ever wrote, or like at least the one that he got published initially with. So I really want to go into that one and see how it compares to these ones. And lastly, before we get stuck into this vlog for real, I just want to point out that there will be spoilers for the 2 books that I haven't read yet, just because I want this vlog to be a proper like reactions experience, how I'm enjoying them, if my enjoyment goes up or down or whatever throughout the course of reading the books. So when I am talking spoilers, I will put up the top corner a little icon of the book, and when that icon is there, you can bet your ass that there are spoilers being discussed. So if you don't want to be spoiled, all you have to do is mute the video until that little icon goes away, and then you're safe again. So to kick this vlog off for real, I just want to talk about my initial thoughts on Deviate. I remember when I read Lifelike last year that it took me a little bit to get into it just because of the tone and the voice and also the lingo. I noticed with some of Jay's books that he is very heavy on word-specific phrases and terms and whatever for his series. That doesn't change into Deviate. He sort of just adds words together and that's world building, so get used to it sort of thing. And I've heard some other people say this throws them off. I've also heard other people say it's amazing because it chucks you right into the world straight up. But for me, it takes me a couple of chapters to get into it, and then my brain can sort of start to filter out some of it, which sounds bad, but it's not, because my brain's getting used to it and then I'm just getting into the character role. And yeah, so I don't mind it. I think it's used to world build so that you get straight into the story and everything, but it does take me a little bit to get used to the lingo, especially in this trilogy. Is it going to be a trilogy? Series? Another thing that I want to just state right now, and this isn't a spoiler either, so don't worry, I really hope Jay doesn't over describe the color of a character's eyes again in this one like he did in Lifelike, just because the same description was used over and over again, and it got to the point where I could literally go through and highlight all the times he did it, and it was overused and too much. I have noticed already in this one the mention of blue eyes has come up about 2 or 3 times, and I'm on page 48. So the fact that there's already been 2 to 3 mentions has me a little worried, but I think I can look past it because I looked past it in Lifelike and still enjoyed Lifelike. I'm excited to see where the story goes, and I can't wait to take you along with me. So I'll see you at the next check-in. Hello, it is Friday the 9th today, which is the next day, and Evie has just brought me this twig from outside. Look at this. Is this what you want? Well, now I have to put this in the bin. Okay. The reason for this check-in is I got a package today from Amazon, which yes means books, yay. I've already opened it because stupid me opened it in my other reading vlog, which actually will come out after this one. I don't really plan shit, as you've probably already worked out. Anyway, in that package was the hardcover copy of Lifelike that I ordered, which is beautiful. Look at it. It's got like the beehive thing happening, and it's got one of the law of robotics, which is your life is not your own. Not depressing whatsoever to be a robot in this world, but you know. Anyway, as you would have seen at the start of this vlog, I already have the paperback version of this, but when I was looking to buy Deviate online, this was only like $17 or something for the hardcover. So I went ahead and bought the hardcover because I thought it was pretty, which meant then I had to buy the hardcover in the first book to match. Just bookish problems. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about like the two-tone, but at the same time, I don't mind the pink. So I don't mind that. I don't mind it. I can get used to it. It's also got really nice like orangey gold lettering, and they look beautiful next to each other, which is what we're all about. Beautiful books. While I'm here, I may as well do a little reading update on Deviate. So I am on page 123. A lot of stuff has gone down. I'm really liking the tone of this book so far. There's not a lot I can say without spoilers because this is also book 2 in a series. So, spoilers. I really appreciated Cricket's chapter and how he's ordered to fight another robot, and he doesn't want to, but he has to because that is the law of robotics. And when he has to like put his fist in and pull out essentially the other robot's heart, it made me a little sad, which I think it was meant to, just because in the first book we meet Cricket and he's this tiny little robot and he's there for comedic relief, whereas in this one he gets his own storyline and it ain't all that sweet for him. I'm about to go back into an Eve chapter. I think we're calling her Eve now instead of Evie, which, you know, is to distinguish the fact that she is not the Evie that we knew in Lifelike. And I'm a bit worried for her chapters just because she's now realized that she is a lifelike and not an actual human girl. So I'm a bit worried going into her chapters because I know they're going to feel less personal now just because she's distancing herself from the other characters and things like that. But yeah, that's it for the check-in. Got some book mail. That was really fun. And yeah, I'm going to go get some more reading done because that is what this is all about. Bye! So it's now the 10th of August and I have a little update. Also, Evie's here with me. She's in her little vest so that she gets sleepy. It's also quite cold at the moment, so she's just gonna chill there while I give you a little update. Today, when I went to work, I thought I would record some of my reactions, so I will insert that footage now. So real quick update before I head into work for the day. The description of blue eyes has been mentioned again. Every second character has blue eyes. That's okay. And people are driving past me in the car park. And the other one is Lemon Fresh has just let the world know again that she's just there for comedic relief. I think this is why I prefer Jay Kristoff's adult fantasy novels to his YA sci-fi novels. But I'm still really liking it and I don't know where the story's going to go. So just please, Jay, please cut down on the blue eyes and on repeating lines. Yeah. Alana out. So following on from that, guess what happened when I went on my break and read some of my book today at work? Yep, another character was described as having blue eyes. Can we describe a character with a different set of eyes than just blue? I mean, we're getting different descriptions of blue, but everyone in this story has blue eyes. So either Jay Kristoff really loves blue eyes or something's gonna happen with blue eyes, because I'm telling you, pretty much every bitch in this story has blue eyes. Also, the reason for this little update right now, are you okay? You alright? This is what it is to be a parent. Anyway, I just hit page 179 and I think I stumbled across something. So before I get into spoilers, I will just point out that when I read Lifelike, it was predictable, but then there were heaps of twists and turns at the same time. So I had lots of fun reading that because I was like, well, I think I know where this is going, and I was right, but at the same time I didn't guess everything, so I was still surprised. But I'm on page 179 and I feel like I've stumbled across something. So, spoilers. I have gotten to the part where Lemon Fresh is in the underground bunker with the other deviates, and when she is going into the bunker, there's a part where it says like, this is Section C, no lone zone, 2-person policy mandatory. And the first time I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's just been pointed out for the second time, and it's been like pointed at. So at this point in the story, we know that the real Anna is being held at a Janice's lab at an outpost of theirs, hidden somewhere that nobody knows except for that supercomputer. But the fact that this has been pointed out twice now, I'm predicting, and I'm gonna put it here, I'm predicting that she is in Section C of this underground bunker. So that's where Anna is. So little spoiler-free recap of all that. I'm on page 179. I think that I've just discovered some plot point. I'm thinking I can probably get at least another 100 pages read tonight, hopefully. Evie and I are just going to chill on the couch and do that because we are home alone tonight, and maybe eat some pizza as well because I had work today and I'm hungry. I had to come back on here and update you again tonight, because I'm on page 219. I think we're just about to get a big revelation. I'm gonna put the spoiler warning up because the major, he's trying to convince her to stay. So I don't know if this is just manipulation. I think it might actually be genuine. You're my grandpa? End chapter. So she was about to leave the bunker. Don't think she's gonna be able to leave now because that throws a spanner in the works. Yay, revelations! I liked that. That scene was awesome. Currently on 222. Catch ya. Oh, this light's terrible. Hang on. Come out here with me. So, it is Sunday the 11th, I want to say. Also, quick 12. This is my house. You're welcome. Update time. I just hit part 3 of Deviate, and I'm up to like page 280 something, which looks a bit like this far, the part with the smallest amount over here. That's what I have left to read. And yeah, everything's going great. I'm really liking it. Blue Eyes came up again, so just fuck me dead by this point. We get it. They have blue eyes. Look, if you've watched this far, we all know how I feel about repeating stuff, and that has been repeated a lot, but that's fine. I'm enjoying the story. But yeah, basically I have nothing else to add, just the fact that it is time for work and I don't want to go to work because I just want to read my book. Is that too much to ask? Also, I've had a really great day. I went and rode some of my friend's ponies with her daughter. It was amazing. And then I had another friend around who brought all her little doggies, and Evie got to play with all her friends, and it was beautiful. And also I made spring rolls from scratch because I like to make food. Yeah, so that's a check-in, but not really of where the book's going, more of my day. Enjoy that. I'm gonna go put my uniform on and go to work. Hello, quick little check-in because I'm at work on my break. I have snacks and my book. I also have a bad feeling, so up goes the spoiler tag. But I'm on page 298 and Lemon has snuck into the truck and she's going to go on the intel gathering mission with the crew, and they're making jokes like, come on, live a little rah rah rah. I have a feeling that Fix is going to die because Fix is the deviate who can actually heal people, so he is the most like crucial to the family structure of this. So if he dies, shit's gonna go down. That's my prediction. I have a bad feeling. That's the check-in. Good morning. It is the next day. It is Monday the 12th of August and it's about 2:20 in the afternoon. Mondays are not an amazing day for me just because Sunday night is my night shift. So Mondays I am basically a zombie. Hence whatever the hell this is doing right now. I thought that I would update you and try and wake up. Also, how cute's my mug? Mum got it for me a few years ago when I moved out. He can't clap because he's a dinosaur. A T-Rex with the little short hands. It's okay, there's only tea in here. There's no whiskey or anything. Who drinks whiskey anymore anyway? Ugh. Anyway, not relevant. I thought I would come on here to update you with my progress with DVA. So last night when I got home from work, I was stupid. I stayed up till like 5:05 in the morning reading this. So well after I got home from work, because Jay Kristoff did that thing again where he hooked me, and it's like he is leading us towards a cliffhanger ending once again. We're going full steam ahead into this ending, and I'm trying to work out how the hell everyone's gonna be okay. So thanks for the lack of sleep, but also good job. Oh my god, I was holding that upside down and backwards the whole time. Oh, Mondays suck. Anyway, about now is when that I'm going to talk a few spoilers, so if you don't want to have near the ending of this book spoiled for you, / most of the book, you know what to do. Mute me until it takes that book icon to fuck off. So basically, we find out that the Major is an asshole and that he is actually that lady's, what's her name? Sister D. He's her dad that she apparently sainted and used for the cause, but he's alive and he wants vengeance because apparently he's just a psycho now. I should say that I saw this coming, but Jay Kristoff sucked me in, and I sort of wanted to believe about the whole coincidence of, oh my god, that's, you know, Lemon Fresh's grandfather. So basically, yes, you got me. Was not really expecting that twist. Yep, he's the baddie. And then every bitch seems to be getting shot. And let me just put it here, I fucking called it. I knew Vix would die. It was getting that bittersweet part like they do in movies where they're like, hey, one day after all of this, maybe we'll go to such and such. And then they can't because that character dies. I was very sad about that. The Major can go piss off, like that's fine. But, oh, I just wish I hadn't been right about that. You think you know where the story's going and you're like, yeah, some of this shit is really predictable. But then what happens is Jay Kristoff goes, ha, yeah, you got that part, but did you forget that it's me? And here's all the other things that I'm going to use to wreck you with. So thank you, I really appreciate that. But yeah, that's the spoiler update. So I have about 80 pages to go. I'm on page 360. Let's get into it. So my phone was going flat, so I had to charge it for a bit. But just in time, we're back, baby, because we're on page 394. And I have a feeling that shit is about to go down. Okay, spoilers. They found Anna. They found her, but not where I thought she would be. And now Evie's all, she looks just like me. Well, duh, you're based off her. So you're gonna stop being a psychopath now that you're faced with like your twin, or are you gonna just kill her? Let's find out. Also, that missile is heading straight for the city. So, what's gonna happen? Let's go.
Baby, we are always shining bright. Take me home tonight. I just wanna show.
Fuck. Cliffhanger. Everybody gets a cliffhanger. You get a cliffhanger. You get a cliffhanger. You get a cliffhanger. Finished. It's a lot to take in. A lot of shit just happened. And Blue Eyes were only mentioned like twice. So, you know, I was really into it. Basically, like I thought, every storyline is left on a cliffhanger because there is going to be another book. When is that book coming out? I need it now. Can I please have an arc? I need to know what happens. Oh, there's Evie. Evie, come here. I feel that in my soul. So yeah, dang. I can't really process what's just happened because a lot just happened. So I might need a little while. I'm going to turn this off for now and update you later, I guess. A lot just happened. Okay. Good morning. It is Wednesday the 14th of August and I finally started Obsidio. I have about 5 minutes or so before I go in to start my shift, so I thought I would get some of this in my brain. I started this morning and I'm on page 18, nice and early on in the story, and yeah, I'm excited to see how this trilogy concludes. I will see you a bit later on.
Take me home tonight. I just wanna show you the true light. Light me up and make me feel alright. 'Cause baby, we are always shining bright.
Morning or afternoon. It is 1:45 on the 17th of August. It is Saturday and I'm meant to be at work. But if you couldn't tell by this healthy looking face already, I'm sick. So I have my Powerade for electrolyte, I have some soup, and I have my book. I also have Nurse Evie laying in the sun over there, keeping an eye on me. So hopefully I'm better again soon, but as of right now, I feel like, I feel like shit. Anyway, I realized I have not updated you in forever on how Obsidio is going. So I think last time I updated you, I was probably only like this far into it, and I said, oh yeah, it's cool, I want to see where it's going. Well, surprise, surprise, I'm now this far into it. I have this much to go, so I thought I better pop on and update you just before I finish it. So far it's gone really well. I really, really like it. I love this whole trilogy, and if you haven't read it, you need to read it. Don't be thrown off by like the mixed media typeness of this trilogy, because that stopped me from picking up Illuminae, which is the first one, for a long time, because I thought that it wouldn't really be something I'm into. I've never really read any graphic novels before. Not that this is a graphic novel, it's like a hybrid between a traditional novel and a graphic novel, but it leans more towards traditional, I guess. My whole point is give it a go, because it's amazing and it will blow your mind. Am I better yet? Anyway, I'm really loving our third couple dynamic that we see in this one. I'm really liking their backstories and how they play off each other. I just want to say too that the other two books have been pretty hard hitting, but in this one, especially when we see what's going on the mining colony planet, I think, is it Kerenza? Some of the shit that you see is shocking, and I think it needs to be to tell this story. But holy shit, like, there are talks of mass graves and such. And children in those graves, as well as, you know, men and women. It's intense. I'm really also digging the whole Aiden part of this book, with it trying to sort of work out what it is a little bit. There's the whole complex thing happening with it, and I'm really liking that in the storyline as well. And yeah, basically I'm up to the part where shit's happening left, right and center, so thanks, Obsidio. Basically, I'm gonna be finishing this one today in amongst trying to sleep. So yeah, I'll let you know more on this when I've finished it. How many pages have I got? 595 to 613, so I've got like jack shit pages left to read. Makes me a bit sad. Those sneaky assholes. Spoilers incoming. Spoiler tag is up. I just got to this part, but I have hope, because even though it says that basically Nick and Ezra got bombed to oblivion or hit or whatever, even though they're assumed dead right now, remember how Nick keeps on walking around with a parachute on and everyone's like, you can't use that, you'll be in space. The parachute. The parachute is the key. Anyway, Aiden is going to sacrifice himself for Katie so that Katie doesn't have to sacrifice herself and everyone on the mayo. Sounds like mayonnaise. I'm tired. And she's saying, no, don't leave me, don't do this, rah, rah, rah. I feel like this relationship was trying to be complicated, and it is, but there's still something a little bit off by it. Like, I feel like the development of her being attached to Aiden was a little bit quick, because I'm not really entirely convinced by it. Like, it would still suck, but also it's an AI and it did kill all those people, and yeah, I don't know, we're basically getting like pages of Aiden script of him saying goodbye to her and her saying, no, don't do it. Like, I get where they're trying to go with it, but I don't know if I'm convinced. Hello, it is a little bit later on. I finished this and it was amazing. I really liked how it ended and how it wrapped up. This series is now going to be one of my favorite sci-fi series of all times. I know that it's gonna be up there. I don't know which book in the series is my favorite. I like them all for their different reasons and their different settings, and then they all pulled together really satisfying in this one. So there's that. Also, it is 5 days until the J. Kristoff event. 5 days, people. I'm off to get some rest. So I will check in with you later. And by later, I mean in a few days' time. Seriously though, I have no idea what I'm gonna fucking read next. Do I do like a contemporary? Because it's different, but I don't think I feel like a contemporary. Or do I go like psychological thriller? Because that's pretty different. Or do I try the fantasy book that's been on my shelves for probably a year now? Ooh. I've heard mixed reviews about this, so I'm not excited. I don't know what to read. Oh, I'm too tired for this big life decision. Hey everyone, it is Monday the 19th of August and we are officially 3 days out from the J. Kristoff event, and I got a delivery today, so I'm going to open that. First of all, it's Monday, hence this situation. Ignore it, it's fine. So yeah, I have a parcel from Book Depository, which I mentioned I ordered a while ago when I ordered my hardcover editions of the other books, and I really didn't think that this would come before the J. Kristoff event. But it has, but there's only 3 days. And I also, from my last check-in, decided to pick up Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. And this one, it's taken me a little while to get into. So I'm page 127 and I'm finally starting to sort of get into it. A lot of people love this book / series, so I really want to get into it too, but it's taking me a while, which actually surprised me a bit because some of the YouTubers that I watch on here recommended it and I feel like I have similar tastes to them, so I'm hoping that it flips a little bit and pulls me in even more. So Book Depository usually takes like 3 or more weeks to deliver books, and I'm very surprised that this came when it did. It is the paperback copy of Storm Dancer by J. Kristoff. It is also a little bit beat up. These sleeves don't really protect, it turns out. A little bit there, a little bit there, but oh well. It's still pretty good condition, so yeah, what do? Do I put this down and pick this up with the chance of not getting back into this one super quick? Or do I smash read this one and miss out on details because I've still got this much to go? It's thick. And then try and read this before Thursday. I don't really like to read 2 books at once. And also I feel like these may be similar as well. Even just by the covers, feel similar. So, anyway, a little bit about this one. This one says, stunningly original dystopian steampunk world with a flavor of feudal Japan. Okay, so basically there's people that hunt down a beast that have been extinct for more than a century, and a young girl finds one of these, but it's crippled or something. She can hear his thoughts. Even though she saved his life, all she knows for certain is he'd rather see her dead than help her. But together, the pair will form an indomitable friendship and rise to challenge the might of an empire. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this one because I feel like this has more in common with Nevernight than any of Jay's other books, or that's just the vibe that I'm getting from the cover and the synopsis. And yeah, I could be completely wrong, but I won't know until I read it. So that's my little update for this vlog, this book. I got it. Cool. Don't know what I'm gonna do. To be honest, maybe I will pick this up because, like I said, my goal for this vlog was to read as many J. Kristoff books as possible before the Thursday event. So I also really need to cut this vlog down because it's huge. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Bye.
Take me home tonight. Take me home. I just wanna show you. I just wanna show you. Make me feel. Make me. 'Cause baby, we are always shining bright.
Hello, we are back in this same spot again because it's easy for me My dining table is right here and it's really easy for me to put the tripod here. So welcome back. You just saw me go into QBD and get Dark Dawn. I'm so excited to read this book. And now I have a dilemma which is even more problematic than yesterday's. I have 2 books that I have now started. I only like to read 1 book at a time, so I have 2 books, and now I have Dark Dawn. So, shit. But, let me show you it. I accidentally took my Nevernight bag, because this is always in my handbag if I need it. So, shout out to Ink and Wonder, which is an amazing Australian company that does all sort of print stuff, for the Nevernight themed tote bag. Look at it! And inside the Nevernight themed tote bag is the last installment of the Nevernight Chronicles. Look at it! Oh, you can't really see for the glare. Can we see it now? It's beautiful and it matches my other copies, which is the super big paperback with this amazing design on it. I need to read this now. So yeah, that's my little update for this vlog. I'm just super excited that this is out in the world. It actually came out yesterday. But yeah, super excited to start reading Dark Dawn. I have to go put all of this away now. This is my food shop. I had to do adult things today. So see you at the next check-in. Hello there. I have decided it is finally time to talk about my thoughts on this. So I'm outside because it's nice out here, so that means you may hear some outside noise. Ignore that if you can. And also I have unintentionally blended in with this wall. So I will be trying to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I'm going to start with Deviate, and I want to start by saying I think I'm going to give this one 4 stars. I really enjoyed the adventure of this book and the pace of it, and also the alternating chapters through different characters. So multiple point of view. You may be starting to realize by now that I love books with multiple point of views. I feel like we get more out of the world, more out of the story, so maybe that's why my enjoyment for this one was more. I haven't read Lifelike for a little bit, but I think so far that I liked this one more than Lifelike. That's Evie's collar. She's coming over. Look at us. We both blend in with the wall. We're so red, aren't we? We're so red. You go over there and play. But yeah, in this one we get to see chapters from Lemon Fresh, from Cricket, from Evie, from Zeke as well, and maybe someone else. I'm probably forgetting someone, and I really liked that because some of those characters became my favorite characters. Like, I loved Cricket's storyline and what's happening with that. Absolutely love that inclusion. I also felt with this one I was more surprised than with Lifelike. Lifelike felt more predictable, but this one I didn't really know where Jay Kristoff was going to take the story, so I really enjoyed the ride of this novel. There were some times when I was just a little bit shocked reading it, which is what we want in our favorite books. And yeah, basically I really liked this one. I also am really excited for the next one now because this book left off on multiple cliffhangers, so now we have to wait. But Jay Kristoff is a writing machine, so we probably won't have to wait very long. So like I said, I really enjoyed this book. The only downside for me with this was some of the repeating lines and phrases, which you will have gathered by now, was 1, the mention of blue eyes. Nearly every character in this book has blue eyes. I don't want to harp on about it anymore because I feel like I already have, but yeah. And the second one was Lemon Fresh mentions a few times in this that she was just the sidekick and was just there for comedic relief, and I understand that was like a joke and whatnot, but that got repeated a few too many times. But I think that's the difference between Jay's YA series and his adult series, is he tries to change his tone to match his audience, which for most of the part works, but there's a few little things like that which just stuck out on page for me. But yeah, if you haven't picked up Lifelike, which is this one here, pick that up. They're super fun because why not? So yeah, the Jay Kristoff event is fast approaching. I'm feeling really good about being able to get through 3 of his books of his that I haven't read. So yeah, that's this update done. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's now the 21st of August. It's about 5 to 8 at night, and if you can't tell, I'm really fucking tired. I thought I would pop on and give you a quick reading update, and in a shocking turn of events, I read a few chapters from Storm Dancer. I was digging it, but I put it down. And then I got God's Grave yesterday, and I told you that I was probably going to smash read this and try and, at least get halfway through it before the event tomorrow night. And I haven't even started it. I have literally just read this first page, which is like a welcome back to the story page and has no plot to the book in it. So yeah, I put both of those down and have instead continued on with Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, which no one is more surprised than I am over this development, because when I first started this, I was finding it so hard to get into. I actually picked this up like months ago and told myself that I should read it, which I really wanted to, but I got 2 chapters in and I was like, I don't understand the hype. I don't get it. Like, it's really hard to get my head into it, and it just wasn't making a lot of sense. But now I am pretty much halfway, I'd say halfway, and I don't want to put it down. So much so that I've decided to postpone cooking dinner for another half an hour because I have been reading this instead. And I should also be editing this vlog, but I just want to read this instead. So there's that development. Like I said, it's Wednesday, which means the J. Kristoff event, the whole reason for this vlog, happens tomorrow. I am so excited for this event because, was it last year or the year before? Whenever Jay last toured Australia, which I think it might have been last year, I had not actually read any of his books yet, but I wanted to go because I thought that I might like his stuff anyway because it seemed up my alley, but I didn't want to be that person that was like, hey, I have not read any of your shit and I'm just here. I didn't want to be that noob, so I didn't go, and now I've come full circle and I've read nearly every single one of his books. I've only got his first trilogy and Dark Dawn, and then I'm all caught up, and I am a super fan, so I'm just really keen for that. I'm also going down with fellow Instagram bookstagrammer Nat from Books Above. We'll also be meeting up with Erin from Erin's Errands when we're all down in Sydney, also on Bookstagram, so check out those lovely ladies if you haven't already. And yeah, this was a reading update, basically to tell you that I'm not currently reading any J. Kristoff. I'm very confused. It's fine. I also just wanted to jump back on and, spew some admiration for this author, because over the last 2.5 weeks that I've been reading all of J. Kristoff's books, I've come to realize that he has conquered a lot of different genres and subgenres, and I don't understand how he does it so well. Like, this guy is actually a genius. So just as a quick example, Jay goes from steampunk Japanese inspired folklore tales to a YA trilogy with another author where they just absolutely kill it. Also, mixed media, insane project, to adult fantasy with Roman influences and badass bitches, awesome, to a YA dystopian series which shows the slow decline of humanity, to another YA space opera with a multiple cast of characters, each with their own point of view. This guy is insane. Basically, my point is, I feel like J. Kristoff just has a jar full of genres and he goes, what should I write next? Dips his little hand in and picks out a genre. Because his next book, which is meant to be released next year, Empire of the Vampire, that feels so good when you say it, is about vampires. And it's an illustrated book as well. So you have like supernatural beings, smart, all that sort of amazing stuff that you associate with vampires, which he has partnered with an illustrator for. So I don't understand how this guy does it, but he is killing it. And basically this whole little check-in was me saying how excited I am for tomorrow. I was at the bookstore today and I didn't get much sleep last night, so my shift was really fun. I really enjoy being surrounded by books for my whole shift because there's just something soothing about it and I love it so much. But I didn't get much sleep last night because we went and saw the new Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was quite weird. Not my favorite of his, but still really good in some parts, I would say. And yeah, then I was up at like 4 a.m. sick. So I'm very tired. And I stupidly tried to set myself the goal of having the entirety of this vlog edited and ready to go. And then I just would have to shove in the bits from tomorrow, and then I could post it like pretty much straight away / the next day. And now I'm looking at all that I have left to do, and I am scared and tired and not hungry yet. So at least there's that. But I really just want to read more of Red Sister. So that's where I'm at on this Wednesday night at 8:07 p.m. Thanks for sticking with me if you're watching this far, because this vlog is getting long. See you tomorrow for J. Christoph Day. Made it! It's J. Christoph Day and I am about to leave. So water bottle, car keys, giant bag full of books, which already hurts my arms to lift. So I am about to go pick up Nat, who lives just around the corner from me, and then we will drive to the train station and then catch the train in and meet up with Erin and commence J. Christoph night. Yay!
Take me home tonight. I just wanna show you the true light. Light me up and make me feel alright. 'Cause baby, we are always shining bright. Take me home tonight. I just wanna show you the true light. Light me up.
Hello, it is 12:45 and I have just gotten home. I have my bag full of books, which I will go through and show you in the morning. But it's time to take my face off and put my PJs on and go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Also, I got a copy of Memento at the event, so I can't wait to show you tomorrow. I'll see you then. I could lie to you and tell you that it's the same day, but it's not. Hello everyone. It is now the 24th of August. It is 2 days since the J. Christoph event happened, which was amazing. And I have been super busy. So basically, I'll give you a quick rundown. We got home from the J. Christoph event around 1 in the morning, but then I decided to stay up and start Dark Dawn. I guess that was bound to happen because you go to a book launch event and they talk about the book and you get really excited for the book, and then what are you meant to do, you know? So yes, I stayed up until about 1:45 in the morning, I think, reading that. And then I woke up late the next day, which was yesterday. We went for a walk and then we had to go to the hospital because my partner's sister had her baby, which was really, really beautiful. And then I had to go to work. So I have not stopped. And it is now like 10:15 in the morning on Saturday. So busy, but I really, really, really want to take a look at the signed books that I got, because yes, Jay did signings. But before I look at the signed books, I am going to tell you a little bit about the event and some of the things that I really, really loved about it. So story time. Nat from Books Above and I left the coast around 3 o'clock on Thursday. We drove part the way and then we caught the train the other part of the way because Sydney traffic, no thanks. Also Sydney parking, no thanks. So we trained it in and then we got off the train and proceeded to walk around Sydney for about 25 minutes, half an hour, getting lost. Look, I'm not the greatest at navigation, so maybe it was bound to happen, but it turned out that we could have just like gone out and then down, and Dimmicks would have been right there where the event was. We realized that, we turned around, it was fine. We finally found it, and then we got there, we snagged some seats, which was great because my little feet were starting to hurt, and then proceeded to wait for the event to start. It was really cozy in Dimmicks and there were a lot of people there. It was great to see everyone come out to see Jay himself, who was in conversation with Katrina from Little Book Hour here on YouTube and Instagram. Piera Ford was also there, which was really cool to see her in her Mia costume. I'm really excited for the Nevernight short mini-series to come out that she's producing and starring in and all of that, so it was cool to see her around there. Basically then we got to enjoy some questions that Katrina had prepared and Jay's responses, and then it got opened up to the floor. So of course, because it was the Dark Dawn launch, we talked a little bit about Nevernight, we talked a bit about this and that. I found it really interesting that Jay said Nevernight was an experiment on what if Julius Caesar's walk on Rome with his army hadn't panned out. So he sort of talked about how Mia is the daughter of this powerful figurehead who is trying to take over a city or whatever, and then that plot fails. In the real world settings, Caesar is successful and then becomes like the unofficial first emperor of Rome. The official first emperor of Rome is Augustus, but that's a whole nother rabbit warren that my ancient history part of my degree focused on, and I loved that. So I think that's why I love these books too, and I loved hearing Jay talk about it because it was just really nice to have someone else who like loved that part of history as well. But yeah, basically he explained how it was a bit of an experiment, like what would happen to that person's family, what would happen to their wife, their children, you know, all of that. So then Mia is born and she's full of revenge and full of grief and hurt and all of that sort of stuff, and then we have Nevernight. So that was really, really interesting. He also talked a little bit about the ending, spoiler free of course, and he said sometimes you just have to give your readers the cookie. And he likened it to Game of Thrones and how basically they hype you up for, you know, all these seasons, and then you get to the last season and then they go, do you want the cookie? Okay, and then they eat it themselves. Whereas with this one, he said he wrote 3 different endings to Dark Dawn, and when someone said like, how did you choose, he sort of said, well, I wanted to give you guys the cookie. So he went with the one that he thought his audience would most appreciate, and I'm just so excited to devour Dark Dawn now and see where it goes and where he took it. But yeah, basically I love when you get to go to author events and you get to see them just talking candidly about their works and about their process and their inspirations and all of that, because you learn so much more about them as a writer and also as a person. And Jay Kristoff, I can say without a doubt, is an amazing human being, and he's just so genuine and so down to earth. It was amazing. It was a great night. So without further ado, I'm now going to show you the books that I got signed and also a little extra thing that we got given at the event, which I'm really excited for. I have my Nevernight bag full of books, which I haven't peeked at yet because I've been so busy and I haven't even been able to take them out yet. So the first book I got signed was Nevernight, and he's just put For Alana in there, which is beautiful. And then I also got Lifelike for me. And it was a 3 books per person policy. If you had more, you just had to go to the back of the line. So Nat only had 2 books to get signed, so she got one of mine signed for me, which is my copy of Storm Dancer, which I am excited to get to. It's just been put on the back burner with Dark Dawn, which has just crept to the front of the reading pile. And then I also got my hardcover copy of Illuminae signed as well and personalized. So that was really, really nice of him. He was amazing. I tried to not make a fool of myself this time because at the V Schwab event that I went to at the start of this year, I got very nervous and then I just like word vomited at her, and she was very kind, but she was like, oh yeah. And I'm just mortified still. Nothing bad happened. I get very nervous meeting like people that I admire. So with Jay, I just sort of stood there and I was like, hey, how you going? Like, how's your night been? Tried to play it cool. I think I half managed it. But that other little thing that I said we got given, they had boxes full of memento there that you could grab. This is that like short story thing that I said was set after the Illuminae files, where you had to pre-order Aurora Rising in order to get a copy of this, and I nearly did it except for the website that you had to pre-order it through. It was just so expensive and I just couldn't justify it. Like, I really wanted this and everyone was going insane for these. So when they announced at the event that they had a copy for everyone at the event of these, mind blown. Like, I am so grateful. Thank you, Dimmicks. Thank you, Jay. I can't really tell you what it's about, so when I pick this up, I will be pleasantly surprised, but it is like the Illuminae files in setting and all of that, so I'm very excited. So that's my little wrap up on the event. It was a great night. It was great hanging out with Nat and also catching up with Erin's and also Elle Reads as well, who you can find on Instagram. It's so good to be able to go down to an event and geek out with people on something you love. And it made my heart full just going there, and yeah, I had to pick up Dark Dawn straight away because I just had to. So before I sign off, I will give you a teeny tiny quick reading update. I have just hit book 2 in Dark Dawn. I'm confused. I'm excited. I can't wait to see the workings of it a little bit more. And yes, basically Yes. So yeah, the next time you see me, it will be for me to wrap up this vlog. I'm not going to be including a reading experience of Dark Dawn in this vlog just because it's going to be too long if I do that. It's already too long, but I still want to wrap up my thoughts on the experience of this vlog and all of that. So next time you will see me, it will probably be back at my bookshelves doing just that. I'll see you then. Welcome back. So here I am. I've just gotten home from work, hence the collar and whatnot. Evie is also floating around somewhere, so if you hear the jingle, that's Evie Child. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to sign off on this vlog and how I feel about the whole experience of this. I'm really glad that I did get through 3 of Jay Kristoff's books. You saw me read 2 of those in this vlog, and I'm also now currently about 150 pages out of finishing Dark Dawn, which I'm so excited for. It's already had lots of twists and turns, and I'm very, very scared for the ending. Very scared. But yeah, the event was amazing. Meeting Jay was great. I had so much fun, and I'm just really glad that I enjoyed his books while I was doing this vlog, because I really hoped that I would. I tend to like anything that Jay writes. It's just, I think I prefer his adult fantasy series more than some of his YA, like sci-fi dystopian ones, but they're still good as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. This vlog has gotten quite long, and I've already been through and edited it so many times. I've actually been through it 3 times already to cut extra bits out. So there's been a lot that's gone to the cutting room floor, but that's fine because that's part of the process, and I just can't wait for this to be up and for you guys to see it. I've been quite slack on my other vlog, and the event for that author is tomorrow, so don't know how that's gonna go with how long that will take to get out into the world, but that one will be out too at some point. And yeah, this is me signing off from my 2nd ever vlog. I want to know from you guys which one of Jay Kristoff's books are your favorite, and if you haven't read any of his, which one you would like to get to first. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye!